August 18, Feast of Saint Helena of Constantinople. The True Cross. Royalty, she married into a Roman co-regent, a renowned mother, but sadly, she was put aside. She was exchanged for another. Her cross she bore gracefully with her faith. Her love she bequeathed, and Constantine the Great, her son so astonishing, remarkable, the truth he sought so mightily, the first emperor to embrace Christianity at her helm, with all his might and height, converted by his dear mother. His stronghold an example, exemplary, she lived, imbibed a true Christian. He saw in her, he followed such sanctity. He breathed, even as a child, raised a royalty conquering. Alongside his father, he united, civil wars he thwarted. Rome he ruled, and Augustus he embodied. Roman blood he carried, a holy life instilled, his mother behind she filled. Rome in all its glory, she returned her son, brought her back by his side to sit in distinct royalty. She used her high position, all her wealth in the service, her religious enthusiasm, her spirit, built churches the empire covered, led a group to Holy Land to search for the true cross, unearthed three of them. His holy cross could be any. Those of the thieves Saint Macarius suggested, a lady with incurable disease, to touch each one and see the one it cured to be real. Instantly, the disease left. The Holy Cross she found, and on the spot she built a church, sent pieces to Rome. Constantinople, the relics are found. Holding the cross, she is depicted. Her love, her true cross, she did find. Sometimes, Helena continued, I have a terrible dream of the future. Not now, but presently. People may forget their loyalty to the kings and emperors and take power for themselves. Instead of letting one victim bear this frightful curse, they will take it all on themselves, each one of them. Think of the misery of a whole world possessed of power without grace. But the wood has endured, in splinters and shavings, gorgeously encased. It has traveled the world over and found a joyous welcome among every race. For it states a fact. Hounds are checked, hunting wild. A horn calls clear through the covert. Helena casts them back on the scent. Above all the babble of her age and ours, she makes one blunt assertion, and there alone lies hope. But how do you know she doesn't want us to have it? The cross, I mean. I bet he's just waiting for one of us to go and find it, just at this moment when it's almost most needed, just at this moment when everyone is forgetting it and chattering about the hypostatic union. There's a solid chunk of wood waiting for them to have their silly heads knocked against. I'm going off to find it. And that is why your religion would never do for me, Marcias. If I ever found a teacher, it would have to be the one who called little children to him. That, alas, is not the spirit of the time. We live in a very old world today. We know too much. We should have to forget everything and be born again, to answer your question. Like me, she said to them, you were late in coming. The shepherds were here long before, and even the cattle. They had joined the chorus of angels before you were on your way. How laboriously you came, taking insights and calculating, where the shepherds had run barefoot. How odd you looked on the road, attended by what outlandish liveries, laden with such preposterous gifts. You came and were not turned away. You too found the room before the manger. Your gifts were not needed, but they were accepted and put carefully, for they were brought with love. In that new order of charity that had just come to life, there was room for you too. And here are some notable quotes attributed to or about Saint Helena of Constantinople, which underscore her deep faith, her determination in seeking the true cross, her humility, and her influence as a Christian figure and mother of Saint Constantine the Great. She's also remembered for her charity, humility, and works for the poor and Christian faith. And we quote, "We should throw ourselves into God as a little drop of water into the sea and lose ourselves indeed in the ocean of divine goodness." This reflects her spiritual depth attributed to her. From a literary portrayal by Evelyn Waugh in his novel Helena, I quote, "Sometimes I have a terrible dream of the future. Not now, but presently. People may forget their loyalty to the kings and emperors and take power for themselves. Think of the misery of a whole world possessed by power and grace." But how do you know he doesn't want us to have it? The cross, I mean. I bet he's just waiting for one of us to go find it, just at this moment when it is most needed. You too found room before the manger. Your gifts were not needed, but they were accepted and put carefully by, for they were brought with love. A reported exchange between Helena and Pope Sylvester about the true cross. Helena: "Where is the cross anyway?" Pope Sylvester: "What cross, my dear?" Helena: "The only one, the real one." Sylvester: "I don't know. I don't think anyone knows." Helena: "But how do you know he doesn't want us to have it? The cross, I mean. I bet he's just waiting for one of us to go and find it." And a prayer invoking her spirit of patience and devotion. Holy and blessed Helena, with the anguish and devotion with which you sought the cross of Christ, I plead that you give me God's grace to suffer in patience the labors of life. Amen.